Hello, this is Pal Walker at Mission Winners. I hope you're all having a great weekend. Somebody says, what's mission stand for? Markets, industries, sectors, stocks, institutional support, outstanding management or outstanding product or outstanding service, and the N in mission, never say never. Mindset's so crucial. So what are we going to do? Let's take a look at the ETFs. Why do we do that? Well, you got markets, right? Markets, industries, sectors. What are they doing? Wouldn't you like to buy strong stocks and strong sectors? Well, in a very short period of time, you can have a feel for what's going on with sectors that are strong, sectors that are weak, sectors that were weak getting stronger, and sectors that were strong that are getting weaker. If you see something like that, what are you going to do? Well, let's buy some stocks in that group. No. So let's get down to it. Here we go. Biotech Etf fell on fairly heavy volume. The trend is still up, though. Okay, the trend is still up. But there was some distribution right there. There was some distribution right there. And there's some distribution right there. Okay, not forecasting a decline. We don't forecast. But there is some distribution there. Still above the rising 50, though. There you go. This is a good one. This is an innovation ETF. You know, companies are innovative, quote unquote. And that's great. This is a good bar right here. Got a little distribution right here. You got a little distribution right there. But the trend is still up. Perhaps it'll bounce off the rising 21 EMA and push through the 8 EMA and go. There you go. Cloud computing still hanging in there, just going sideways. A little bit of distribution. Telemedicine. This is actually, if you take a look at this bar, you go, man, that's extremely heavy volume on that bar. Yes, extremely heavy volume, but very little upside progress. There's some churning on that bar. The trend is still up, though. But again, you can see a common theme here. Some distribution in a lot of the sectors. IBD 50, down on heavy volume. Up on less volume. Down on heavy volume. Trend is still up, but there is some distribution there. Gold, distribution here, here, a little bit here, a little bit more there. The trend is still up. This is not gold. This is an ETF that focuses on the max list stocks. My apologies. I was looking at the list at the next one down. Trend is still up, coming down to the 50-day. Got to watch it, though. There's a little distribution in it. Gold. Gold miners. They can change their ticker symbol from GDX to UGH. Ugh, leave it alone. Junior gold miners. Nothing. Junior gold, leave it alone. Gold. Ugh, nothing. Leave it alone. Why do we do this? Just by looking at those three ETFs. Right away you say, I don't need to look at any gold stocks. Done. There you go. Biotechnology, trend is still up. Support at the rising 21 EMA. Good to see. Little distribution right here. Technology, going sideways. Little bit of distribution right here and here. Some accumulation right there. Some distribution there. That's a wide bar. Gapped up, ran up, and reversed down on a slight pickup in volume. Distribution there. A little bit of distribution there. What word did I say a lot there? It's raining outside? No. Distribution. Just be aware of it. All right? I'm not forecasting that it's going to continue falling, but there's some selling going on. Medical, still hanging in. You know, by the way, I go back to this. Please don't think, oh, he's saying it's over. No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying there is some more distribution in there than there was before. If it starts losing the 50-day, that would be bad. What was the operative word that I said there? If. I didn't say when, I said if. I don't know the future, but we just observe and act accordingly. Medical still hanging in there. Home builders ran up, pulled back, supported the 21. Some good. Well, there's a little distribution there, but overall, strong up volume there. Good group, leading group. This one owns a lot of the big tech names and a lot of max list stocks. See, I even put that on there. Why do I do that? So I don't have to remember it. The chart will tell me, and that's posted there and stays there. You'll see it again next week, and the week after that, it'll be there. So I know what's going on. Support at the 50-day. Hate to see it lose the 50-day. IWM has been very strong, has been leading small caps. We've talked about it every week. Some distribution right here, more distribution here, and here. The trend is still up, but there is more selling in there. Go to the weekly. Here we go. And let me refresh it. I like to look at weekly also. There we go. That helps frame it up a little bit better. Accumulation, a little bit less, some distribution there. In fact, that's a heavier weekly volume than this bar. There we go. Just frames it up. But what's the big picture, folks? The trend is still up. Please remember that. Don't argue with that, but be aware of what's going on. MDY, starting to get some selling in there. Trend is still up. Maybe it'll come down to the 50-day. We'll have to watch it. Oil services, that's some serious selling right in here. It still has support at the 50-day, but you'd hate to see it lose the 50-day. Online, still moving up. Pulling back a little bit, still above the rising 21 EMA. Online retail, been strong. Okay, that's fine. Software lost a little bit of its leadership, but it's still within striking distance of hitting highs. So just observe it. Maybe it'll base and start to take off again. Maybe it'll go sideways and start to fall. We'll let it tell us what to do. QLD ran up. Is this a good bar or a bad bar? A lot of people say, oh, it's a green bar and a closed high. Yes. One thing I want to point out, it gapped up, it ran up, wiggled around. It closed about low where it opened. There's a little bit of selling there. A little bit of selling here, a little bit of selling there on the NASDAQ 100. Trend is still up, but there's a little bit of selling coming into it. Be aware of it. QQQ, same thing. Cloud Computing ETF has been acting really well. Trend is still up. A little bit of selling in here. Silver flying back here. Good volume on this bar. Nice volume on this bar. Be interesting to see a silver start to pick up. Now, isn't this intriguing? Silver picks up, but gold isn't doing much. Steel ran up, and now it's starting to lose a little leadership. That was some serious selling on that bar there, folks. This has been a leading group. Maybe there's rotation. Some eyes are still strong. A little bit of selling here and a little bit of selling there. Some accumulation here too. We'll just watch it. You see the common theme here, and this is why we do it. So far, we're about halfway done, and I think the most predominant word that I've said is distribution. Spiders, there's some serious selling right there, folks. This really isn't that great of a bar because it gapped up, ran up, and closed in the bottom half of its range, and then falling on heavy volume on Friday, right at the 50-day. Need to be aware of it. You don't want to see like the S&P 500. You don't want to see these things losing support. SSO, similar situation. Down on heavy volume, up on less volume, down on heavy volume. I stress again, I'm not forecasting. I'm just looking at what is. And that tells us a lot. Solar's hanging in there. Perhaps it'll lift again. This has been a leading group, but this ETF's hanging in. Small cap, just like IWM. A little bit of selling coming into it, but it's just a little bit below the 21 EMA. Aerospace. This bar right here, folks. This is a great lesson for everybody. Oh, it's a green bar on heavy volume. It's a great bar. I'm going to do something for you. Note the open on this bar. Here's the close on this bar. It gapped up and it ran up and reversed and closed near its lows and took out the open, right? That's the open, ran up and closed below the open on a big pickup in volume. Don't just say, oh, it's a green bar and heavy volume. It's a good bar. One of the things we do at Mission Winners, just glance at the bars. Open, high, low, close, and combined with volume, it's tremendous knowledge that can help you make better decisions. A little bit of selling going on there. Biotech still hanging in. That's good. A little selling there. Home builders have been a leader, but there's some selling coming into it here. Trend is still up, though. Perhaps it'll come down to the 50-day and bounce right off of it. I always say as we watch it. Materials, that lost the 50-day on some volume. That's a slight negative. Communications on the 50-day. We don't want to see it losing the 50-day. Energy, just a little bit below the 50-day. Financials, a little bit below the 50-day and some selling going on in there. See that? Boom, boom. XLK, below the 50-day, some selling going on here. That bar isn't that bad, but this bar's bad. This bar's okay. That bar's bad. And it's below the 50-day. Excuse me, this is industrials. My mistake, industrials. And the 50-day is starting to roll over. There's technology. Still strong. Hanging in there. Lost a little bit of leadership here. Green bar. Oh, that's a good bar, isn't it, folks? I want you to look closely. This is a great lesson. This is what we do at Mission Winners. And this isn't like doing some deep analysis. No. It gapped up. It ran way up. and closed below where it opened. It was met with selling, right? On decent volume. And then heavier selling volume on Friday. Technology. Excuse me. Consumer staples. Yeah, this is something I really want to get wrapped up in. Not. Utilities. Had been leading, kind of lagging down here. Okay? Serious selling right there. We need to see more leadership. We're almost done. Healthcare. Still hanging in. But there was some serious selling on this bar. We'll have to watch that and see. This has been a leading sector, right? Related to COVID. Consumer discretionary. This has been very strong. We talked about this every week if you watch these videos. But there's some selling going on now. Will it lose the 50-day? Well, I'd hate to see that. Just pause here for a second. And you can see just by going through this, there's increasing selling pressure in a lot of different areas. Am I forecasting it's going to continue falling? No, I don't need to forecast. I just get in line with what is. And what do I see? As I stated, more sectors, more ETF sectors, starting to get a little weaker. That's all. XME, metals and mining, has been really strong, starting to live below the 50-day again. Next one. Retail. Retail's still good. Now, look at this wiggling around. What's that related to? What's going on with like GameStop and stuff like that? It's really whipping this thing around, okay? So just be aware of that. Please be aware of that. There's some big swings in that. Software ran up. Now look at this bar. This is another great lesson. First, it's a green bar on heavy volume. Man, they bought the tar out of it. Folks, they did, but it didn't even take out the previous bar's highs. Where's the power? Where's the power? So it's still just a little bit below the 21 EMA, and maybe it'll take off, but there was some selling pressure there. And we're back to the top. And that's for you. I hope it helps you all. I hope you all having a good weekend. We are getting dumped on with rain. But did you all see the picture of Highway 1 in California? The washout there? That's one of the most beautiful drives I've ever been on. And the power, the sheer power of nature is unbelievable. Wow. So anyway, thank you all very much. Have a good, safe rest of your weekend, and we look forward to seeing you around here.
Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit like. Maybe hit that subscribe button. We come up with new content nearly every day. Also, check out the videos on the right. YouTube recommends the one on the top, and the bottom one is something we thought you might enjoy. See you next time.